Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining Nathan and Sandy Lawrence again as they visited Mount Etna, the most active volcano in Europe, located on the island of Sicily. So we're going to take you around the area at the base and then up onto the mountain to this over 6,000 foot level so you can see it up close and personal. So stay tuned. Welcome to Sicily, an Italian island that sits off of the tip of the boot of Italy in the Mediterranean Sea. It is the largest island in the Mediterranean Sea, and we are now approaching the city of Messina, the 13th largest city in Italy. With a population of nearly 220,000 people and around 600,000 people in the metropolitan area, and the home of Mount Etna, the most active volcano in Europe. Like a chain cigarette smoker, this mountain always seems to be puffing away continuously. Messina is a port city and is the gateway via the ancient town of Taormina. This now popular tourist town was originally a Greek city with roots going back to the 4th century BC. It is a beautiful spring day in the month of May. The weather is warm and the sky is clear. And as you are about to see, not too far in the distance, the snow-covered 11,000 foot tall Mount Etna peers down upon the city, almost like a guardian angel. But the main tourist attraction of the city is a Greek theater that dates to the 3rd century BC and was remodeled by the Romans a few hundred years later. This immense theater could seat 10,000 spectators and was about 350 feet in diameter. But undoubtedly, the main attraction of this theater and the star of this theater is Mount Etna. The theater has a prominent front row grandstand view, not only of the Mediterranean Sea, but of Mount Etna itself, as it's continuously puffing away, emitting multiple plumes of white smoke and steam. Have you ever seen a theater with a more spectacular view? And here we see a spectacular view of the Mediterranean Sea, the city of Taormina and the surrounding area from the theater, and of course Mount Etna in the background. So now let's actually go up onto the very side, halfway up to the top of Mount Etna. Well, here I am on the side of Mount Etna. See the top right up there. We're at the 6,200 and plus level, almost 6,200, and it's windy, not too cold, probably about 45 degrees, maybe 40 degrees with the wind blowing, wind chill. And I'm standing here at the edge of the crater. This is the largest crater of 7 on the mountain, and we're going to walk around the crater. So we are at the 6,270 foot level on Mount Etna. There's some ski lifts up there. There's 2 ski resorts on this 11,100 and some odd foot mountain, and there are 7 craters, not 1 but 7, And this is the largest one right here. I'm going to walk around that crater. We can go down into it. Go up on top here, get a good view. A little bit cool up here. We put on several layers. It's probably about between 45 and 50 degrees. And there's the top of the mountain, a little bit enshrouded in clouds. Did you ever think you'd be standing on the side of Mount Etna?
Never did. Never crossed my mind.
Never crossed my mind either. To be another mountain that I'd be standing on in my life. So we're looking toward the Mediterranean Sea, which is now over 6,000 feet below us. When we get done here, we're going to be eating in that restaurant over there. It's like a ski lodge. In the name of Yeshua, clouds move, go. We can see the top of this mountain, the most active volcano in Europe. The last major eruption was in like 2021, and there was a major lava flow, which we can see here, and it extends quite low into the side of the mountain. We'll go over here and take a better look at the lava flow. There's the top of the mountain. I prayed, I asked Yeshua more than 5 minutes ago that we might see the top of the mountain, and yes, he answered the prayer. Yes, thank you, Yeshua. I spoke to the clouds in the name of Yeshua, and I commanded them to move, to leave. Now there's the top of it. So in like 2021, there was a big lava flow, and this is what we're looking at right here. Came down the side of the mountain, and it extends down probably a mile or two. Looks like it's probably a mile or two wide, pretty large. Top of the mountain is right up there. There's inside the crater. So cool. We couldn't see the mountain, just a little bit of it, and I prayed, asked Yeshua to move the clouds. I commanded them to leave in the name of Yeshua. So this rock, iron, sulfur, the white is calcium, and then you've got the main rock is basalt. So here are some close-up views of the whole mountain, including the top of Mount Etna, from the ski lodge area. We had an amazing lunch in the ski lodge, Italian lunch with wine and all the accompanying Italian culinary accoutrements. This was the crater that we were circumnavigating, the largest of the 7 craters on Mount Etna. Here you can see the crater that we were up on in relationship to the summit of Mount Etna. So the summit's another 5,000 feet higher than the crater that we were walking around. Here's another view of the lava flow from that crater, or whatever crater it was in 2021 that spewed out the lava flow. And it goes clear down into the valley. Looks like probably a mile or two. If it were clear off in the distance, you could see, actually you could barely make out the shoreline of the Mediterranean Sea. And we are now heading down from the flank of Mount Etna, and we are heading back to Messina. This gives you a little view of not only Mount Etna, but the surrounding Sicilian countryside. Is very, at least in this area, very hilly, very mountainous, very beautiful. Absolutely a gorgeous, idyllic spot. And now please enjoy these views of Mount Etna from our ship as we were sailing away from the port city of Messina. And here we see Mount Etna
on the island of Sicily.
from looking from the north to the south. And as we pan around, not too far off in the distance is Stromboli, another volcano island in the Mediterranean, just off the boot of Italy. Stromboli is called the lighthouse of the Mediterranean. Why? Well, ancient navigators and mariners used it as a beacon, like a lighthouse, to navigate around the boot of Italy, because it was constantly spewing off steam, gases, and fiery molten lava from its pinnacle. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. See you next time for more exciting travels with Nathan and Sandy.